you need that will help maybe food, shelter, those things that are very, very important. You have to shelve those ones that are not important. So you have to prioritize what you need in this season, so that at least you have a backup by January and February as it is.
Okay, do you see monetary policy and rising inflation affecting spending?
But definitely, the monetary policy may not that affect the spending, because if you look at this one, this December, January, is coming up with about 2 monetary policy. One, design of naira. 2, to reduce the level at which we can withdraw. If you look at these 2 things, it's coming at a point that even people are cautious rather of what they spend. It won't be it won't affect their spending. It will only raise their consciousness, because what will affect people's spending is the level at which they have the money. Like I said, people that do not budget for this period will definitely find it difficult to spend at this period.
Okay, but let's talk about January. What will it look like with all these fundamentals?
Well, because we have election coming, January will not be like the usual January, because there will be much more campaign. Possibly there will be little change in the economy, because campaign always come with spending. So by doing this spending, it will make people to have some money in their pockets. But if you look at the inflation, we'll carry on the inflation in December. That's what NBS is going to tell us by January. But I assure you it's going to be way high, because now food, there's cost push inflation that is going to reflect by January. But by February, the inflation may be coming down gradually.
But what should we do about that? Inflation, it keeps on going up. And up.
We have a structural,
and it like the monetary policy. Is it actually yielding the right effect?
If you ask me, controlling inflation is beyond monetary policy itself. A lot of things need to come into play.
I think we need to talk about
a lot of things need to come into play.
Tell us about it.
Basically, it's cost push inflation, and that has to do with food. And when we say food is not only not to get the food, but the insecurity itself is the problem. And remember, we have flood recently.
Yeah.
It's going to have a ripple effect on the Nigeria economy over time. Maybe next 3 months, it's got we are supposed to get some food, we are not getting it, and we need to cost push inflation. So we need to look at it structurally to make sure that most of our forex is another thing. Forex is getting better, but we must find a way to mitigate. And how do we do that? It's a long run thing, because we have to produce to compete. Not because most of our things, we are in a rent economy, that most of our things are not produced there. We take it outside to produce and bring in the finished goods. So this brings a lot of products. So we must look for short term, medium term, and long term solutions. So
let's talk about the short term.
We're looking at the short term. I watched recently what you showed about e-Naira, where CBN is partnering private sector when they are giving out loan. People now go through e-Naira. These are the things that can help people to really understand the policy itself, because when you come up with an incentive for Nigerians, they will see that yes, they are being considered, and they will key into the policy. So when we are bringing policy, we should look at incentive that will make people to key into it. Perhaps if it has human pace, people will definitely key into such a policy.
Okay, thank you very much, Aliu Elias. Thank you for coming to share your thought with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now moving on, let's take a trip to the command.